Happy New Comic Book Day, Webheads! Well, not really. I'm kind of cheating here. I'm on a break at my tennis job, and I decided to film the evening before just because I could. And you get to walk around this beautiful little nature trail that's at my park. So yeah, there's that, right? I'm super excited for this week's comics, and it's one comic in particular that gets me excited, and that's Ultimate Comics Spider-Man. So stoked for that one. I want to know in the comments below what you guys are most looking forward to reading this week, and hopefully you find everything that you're looking for, and I will see you in a couple seconds when technically it's tomorrow. Welcome to Spider Slayer's Comic Book Haul episode 640, the video series where each and every week I share with you what I pick up at my local comic shop, Comic Central, located in the city of Sanford. So if you guys are ever in the Central Florida area, make sure you stop by. You'll get a mysterious black bag, of course, with your comic books inside. A great place, guys. So here we go. It is the next day. I taught a whole morning of tennis. So not a super heavy week, but I did feel like I got some decent comics. So here it is, the mysterious black bag. I did get a key comic, and then we'll see what else we get. The one book that I didn't get because I got to the shop late was that new Grommets book that I wanted from Rick Remender, and my shop was already out of it. So unfortunately, I did not pick that book up. I'll have to read it digitally for Worthy Ones, and you can probably expect Worthy Ones to possibly be on Fridays now because of my crazy schedule through the summer. All right, so the first thing I wound up getting is this 1 in 25 Ultimate Spider-Man issue 5. I thought this was a gorgeous cover. Had to pick this one up. This is a $13 comic book, so you know, not bad for a 1 in 25. I can never go without an Ultimate Comics Spider-Man and not get some kind of variant cover or reprint or something like that. So I thought that one was pretty sweet. And then I wound up getting this pretty sweet grail here. I thought, you know, the Slab. This is a nice book. I've always wanted this book in my collection. This is Astonishing X-Men. This is issue 6. It's such a beautiful cover with Colossus and Kitty on there. It's so great, and I wound up paying $75 for this comic, and this one is a 9.8. This is the first Abigail brand in there, so there's that one. First appearance of Special Agent Abigail Brand. Yeah, it's just a whole explanation of that one. So yes, just an absolute gorgeous cover. I saw it there, and I was debating on buying it for the past couple weeks, so I finally pulled the trigger on a lighter comic book week. So super excited. All right, then we got some little TMNT previews magazine right there, and then we have more previews for X-Men. So we got a lot of X-Men stuff getting ready to come out. So anything that's coming out with Marvel, you know, check it out in this preview magazine. That stuff should all be free. Also DC Connect. So yeah, all that stuff should be free at your local comic shop. All right, the other thing I wound up getting was the Wolverine issue 1 foil variant cover. I mean, that is pretty freaking sick right there. There's a reflection off of my lights and everything, or off my phone even, right? So I was like, hell yeah. So I bought that one for 10 bucks. All right, so now we're into the actual real stack of comics here. So let's see what I got. So Avengers Twilight Book 6. This is the conclusion. Chip Zdarsky has put together a masterful mini-series here when it's come to the older Avengers. I definitely say pick this up if you have not read it yet when it comes out in trade. The artwork has been absolutely outstanding in this book from the beginning all the way to end. You get Hulk in this comic book, and you get Hulk and Thor battling in this comic. So what could you ask for more, man? That is so awesome. All right, And then I had Green Arrow. This is issue 12. Another solid series as well. I did get the variant cover here, or the cardstock cover, because the other cover was damaged. Unfortunately, it sucks going to the comic book shop later because they are out of some things by the time I get there. So the main cover wasn't in the best shape. That's the main cover. So you do pay $1 extra for that cardstock. Here is the interior art for this one. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if Ollie's in a different Earth again, or it's a flashback, and he's going against his family here. So there's a lot of weird and different stuff going on in Green Arrow, but it is a solid comic book. All right, and then we have Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, The Return. This is the conclusion. This has been a 4-issue miniseries about the return of the Power Rangers. 22 years later, we've gotten to see family members become Rangers. We've gotten to see villains become the next generation of, villains. It's been great. There's been some good action, and I am very curious to see if they will do a volume 2 when it comes to the Power Rangers, The Return. Look at that, man. That is pretty awesome right there. And I'm not even a Power Rangers guy. Guys, I'm not even a Power Rangers fan. Guys, that's what I meant to say there. So really cool stuff. All right, guys. So now it's time for the Webhead shoutouts. Our first shout out of the day goes to Tyler, who said, my amazing girlfriend got these wooden dividers with laser engraved logos. Please give the creator some love. Heat Vision Crafts on Etsy. So that is pretty badass. I might have to check out some of those myself. They are so awesome, man. So again, Heat Vision Crafts on Etsy, guys. Thank you, Tyler, so much for sharing. And then I have Jimmy Stokes, who says, hey, Mike, made it out to your store today. So he checked out Comic Central over in Sanford in the Orlando area. So if you guys ever want to stop by my shop, again, go ahead and check it out. Glad you got yourself, hopefully, a mysterious black bag with comics inside. Then our next shout out goes to Ricky, who said, here's a couple of recent pickups. Paid $52 after my discount for each book. Those books are going for hundreds of bucks on eBay right now. So I think you got a pretty good deal there, Ricky. So curious to see if you're just going to keep them in your collection, which is cool, or decide to sell them. Then we have Danny, who is showing off his comic room. It says, thanks for the ad from one webhead to another. So he's a rising contributor on the group, new to the group, and that comic room is absolutely sick. He's got Spider-Man the arcade game. I played that game when I was a kid. Phenomenal. Look at all those comic books in there. Thank you so much, Danny, for sharing. And if you want to become part of the Facebook group, just head on over to Facebook. Search for the group called Comic Book Corner 2.0 Webhead Unite, and once you answer a few of the community questions and follow by the rules, I will approve you to become part of this wonderful community where we show our weekly comic book hauls, some of our classic books that we've wanted to pick up, some trades that we pick up, CGCs, books that are coming out. It's an absolutely phenomenal group that has grown over the years, guys. It's absolutely for free. And you know what? You'll never know when you could get shouted out on future New Comic Book Day hauls. All right, so continuing on, we have The Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives. This is issue 2. Hopefully we see a little bit more of the monster in this issue. How does he react with the detective in this comic? I'm not sure, man, but this detective is going after some type of killer, and the Creature from the Black Lagoon is involved in the whole story. So we'll see if it gets a little darker, a little gorier, if we'll see a little bit more of the monster. I'm excited for it. All right, and then I did wind up getting it. We wound up getting Power Girl. This is issue 9. as this one does connect to the Brainiac or House of Brainiac. So I read the first issue, so I was like, you know what, why not read the second one, see how this whole thing continues to connect, and it's only one more, and then I don't have to read Power Girl again. To me, it's not a very good series, but it looks like Crush is going to be in this book a little bit more, so it might be all right. We'll see. And then we have a book that I truly love, and this is Spider-Boy. This is issue 7. Really solid comic book. We got a whole bunch of cast of characters, which looks like in this comic, and we've gotten to see kind of the origin story of Spider-Boy, where he's come from, who this villain actually is, and where she comes from, and who she actually idolizes. It's a really great story, and there are some stakes in this book, especially when it comes to Bailey Briggs' mom in this comic. But look at all the action, man. Great all ages comic. Definitely recommend this to everybody out there. All right, and then we wound up getting Blood Hunt, Black Panther. This is issue 1. Sick cover right here, guys. Really like this one. I don't know if the book will be any good, though, and how it ties into all of the whole Blood Hunt stuff, we'll see. But if you've been reading Blood Hunt, you got to see him change into like a vampire creature. So I don't know if it continues or plays into that a little bit more. But again, we'll see. All right, next. If I had to get an Edge of Spider-Verse book, I might as well get the one that has a kick-ass cover, right? So I thought that one was pretty cool. This version of Jessica Drew is on here. We're going to get different stories with Jessica Drew and some other spiders in this comic. Nice looking artwork from that initial story here. What else does it have to offer in this comic besides her? I don't know. So far, it's pretty lengthy. So, no, there's the end. So now we get this story with, like, is that the lizard and a dinosaur? I don't know, man. I am not sure. So here's what we got going on in there. So we'll see what happens with the Edge of Spider-Verse issue 4. All right. And then I kind of went a little, I guess you want to say, apeshit on the Helverine stuff. But I did get another 2 covers of Helverine. So I did get the main cover here. I think this character is just sweet and badass, right? And Benjamin Percy is the one that's behind the character. So I read the previous run of Ghost Rider, reading the current run of Ghost Rider as well, and he created this character. And so I'm excited to see what this whole thing is about. But I like the dark and grittiness of it, and I'm excited to read it, man. So really cool. So, of course, then I had to get this Scotty Young cover. I thought that one was really nice also. Again, same art. You know, you got to see it all the way through. There's Wolverine in there. So, yeah, like I said earlier, definitely looking forward to it. Then I got this book, Once Upon a Time at the End of the World by Jason Aaron. I have this entire run, you know, and I keep saying, like, when the run is over, I'm going to read the whole thing in trade. I read probably the first 7 issues of this, and then I just fell off of it. So I got to jump back on board and continue it. It's a really solid story. It's the end of the world, and it's this guy and this girl. They fall in love, and you get to see them kind of go through the years of dealing with this apocalyptic situation. I definitely recommend this book. Look how gory and gruesome it actually is, right? So very intense right here, man. All right. And then we got Jackpot and Black Cat. This is issue 3. Not the most exciting comic in the world, but we're going to see how these two continue to interact and see if Black Cat spills the beans to Mary Jane that her girlfriend is the actual villain in this comic. Does freaking Paul do anything in this comic? Probably not. He's a loser. Maybe he gets killed at the end of this whole thing, and then we don't have to worry about him anymore. So if it wasn't for Black Cat, this book would be absolutely worthless. All right, and then we got Midnight Suns. This is issue 1 of 3. So I'm excited for this, as this is going to have a cast of characters that you're very familiar with in here. Nice looking artwork. Once again, it's very dark and gloomy. If you like Ghost Rider, you're going to have Ghost Rider in this comic. All right, and then we have Spider-Punk issue 4. Is this the conclusion to this series? We got kaiju stuff going on in here. We got, like, look at this. It page flips right like this, and we got stuff. We got the Doc Ock Spider Slayer versus their van that became this crazy-ass robot, and it's just gotten way out of control. But look at that insane artwork, man. Spider-Punk is definitely freaking rock and roll, man. So check that one out. Then we got the conclusion, the Sabretooth War finale. This is issue 50. There you go. You got Wolverine fighting Sabretooth. What's going to be the outcome of this whole thing, man? Who knows? But hopefully it does have a solid ending with some great fighting scenes. I love the artwork, though. Look at Sabretooth's look here. And what is next for these characters, man? Let's see. So I am excited for that one. And then we have Ultimate Spider-Man issue 5. We're going to learn a little bit more about Harry Osborn, the Green Goblin, all that stuff. This is one more issue without Chiquetto's artwork, and then we're going to get back on track with his artwork here. And I just want to see this story of Harry and maybe the corporation and all that other stuff. I can appreciate what Hickman is doing when it comes to the character development of this story. And that's it, guys. There is the haul for the week. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Had to do it in the garage today. Did not have time to do it in the car. I gotta get back to tennis. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to check out more of my content, it's right here for you to click on. Of course, guys, support those local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, but always remember, read those comics. Guys, thank you so much. I'll see you real soon. Bye.